Waalaikumsalam. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, you are brother Fawzee, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, could you please tell us about yourself? Tell me about yourself.
Okay, so as mentioned in my resume, my name is Fawzee. So I am graduated from International Islamic University Malaysia Gombak, and I am a student from Kuliah English Language and Literature, and my specialization in my study is the linguistic, and I have involved in several societies during my study, and one of the societies is Berkim Society, and I have appointed to be a head of outreach bureau. So my experience is handling tasks where I have to be a head of a program which named as an educational program. So we conduct the program to reach and to educate the Aboriginal students, and I also have some work experiences where I became a cashier at Shell petrol station, and I also have became a event planner for event in a company.
Okay, that's very interesting about yourself. Could you please tell me about what are your strengths?
So my strength is many people say that I am quite approachable. So they say that I am the person who are easy to communicate, and I also flexible in handling changes in working my tasks, and I also have a very good organizational and management skills. So that I think would be my strength in handling my tasks.
Okay, we know about your strengths. What are your weaknesses?
So
Can you please tell me?
I think my weakness is I see when I receive the task or the work given to me, so I go into the details. So I think that I have to give the full commitment, and I have to work hard to complete the task. So whenever I complete the task, but I do it on the simple manners or simple things, so I don't feel satisfied. So that is my weaknesses, that I want to make sure that all my work are satisfied and give pleasure to me when I submit the task to the people who I have to send it.
Okay, Mr. Fawzee, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So where I see myself in 5 years from now, I think I would be a manager in this company, and I also would be a good team leader, and I would assist my teammates or my colleague, and I also want to give them my advices and suggestion on how to produce with a good work, and how to collaborate in teamwork.
Okay, this one is a very important question. What do you know about our company?
So I have done some research about your company. So your company is a very large organization, and I know that your company have wide branches all around the world, in Malaysia and outside from our country, and your company also have more skilled workers, and your company produce more very good product, and you got a very wide positive feedback from the consumers, and you also take care about the workers, and also the consumer who bought your product and take your services.
Okay. How well do you handle changes?
So I think in how well I handle or I manage with the changes is changes eventually occur in my life, If I'm about to talk about the changes that I have encountered in the societies, I will tell you when I involved in societies, I have to face some changes. For example, when in a program, there are some changes when the tentative of the program change out of sudden. So I have to make sure that I have to make sure that I have another plan, backup plan, to make sure the smooth running of the program. So in terms of working experience, when there is changes, when the boss asks me to do something else, not just based on my specialization in working areas, but I have to learn another skill, and I have to ask them to guide me on how to do this and how to complete this task.
Okay. Do you work well under pressure?
Yeah, talking about pressure, during my working, I have faced some challenges and pressure with my colleagues and my boss. So I think to handle the pressure, I have to be positive. I have to push myself and force me to do a better job and to work well, to give full commitment, to make sure that the pressure is a stepping stone for me to make sure that I am coming with a good result of my work.
Okay, Mr. Fawzee, this is
Yeah.
the last question for today. How do you make important decisions?
So about in decision making, I think I would make a collective decision. So for making the decision, I cannot depends on my decision. It is impossible to just think on one head. So we have to ask others' opinion and suggestion. So we have to get everybody's agreement in the decision that I am going to make. So I think the consensus, the collective decision is the best. Is the best thing to do when it comes to the decision making.
Okay, Mr. Fawzee, that's all for today. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you.
Thank you very much.